Hello, everyone. It's Jordan Lamb. I'm the banana guy, and it's peanut butter jelly time. Nope, it's not that time actually. But today I'm joined by a special guest. A special. Spe- what am I doing? What am I like? What? Why do I? I hate intros because they're so stressful, and then you just have to introduce the guest,
You,
and you
hey,
don't know what to say.
you know what I do? I make my guests do their own intro,
That is
and it
so
gets you off the
clever.
hook. Like, if you don't know how to pronounce their name, if you're like, what? You're like, what do you want to focus on? If they've done 8 million things, you're welcome.
I mean, yeah, go right ahead. It's your time to shine.
Is this the new intro?
Yeah, this is gonna be it for this episode.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Suzy Chase. I am an original podcaster from 2005. I started out with the Groove Radio. It's my love letter to the soul music mixtape, and now I have Cookery by the Book, the number one cookbook podcast, and Decorating by the Book, and it was just named one of the best decorating podcasts. And I'm so excited to be on the show.
That was a great intro. That was fantastic. Okay,
Good
okay. Where
night.
do I
Good night,
start?
everybody.
Yeah, good night. I'm done here. No more. It's okay. Where, um, I mean, where do I go from that? You have 3 podcasts.
I do.
How is that
I do.
possible?
And
How do you do that?
I'm exhausted. It's a lot. But when I started, it was like me and a bunch of dudes. So I would go to these meetups here in New York City in 2005, and it was literally me and dudes at some kind of an sports Irish sports bar,
Hmm.
and they would all be about the tech this, and I'm like, no, podcasts are so cool. Let's talk about ideas. Let's talk, and they never wanted to talk about it. So, um, yeah, and now today, there you are in your banana suit.
Yeah, we're gonna go bananas. Don't you worry. So let's go through each of them separately,
Okay.
right? So I've done some research, okay? I looked you up. All right. I was going to prepare for this, and I did, all right? And I'm aware you have a decorating book podcast, a cookbook podcast, and soul music mixtape podcast. They're
Yes.
so different from each other. Which one is your favorite?
Oh my, I are you kidding me? Um, I would say my soul music mixtape podcast just because it was my first podcast. And I love soul music, and it launched a DJ career here in New York City. So, I'd go with that.
Okay. Did you say you're a DJ?
Yeah, I had a residency in Brooklyn where I would record my podcast before the
Mm.
pandemic, and then everything,
Wow.
went to pot.
Yeah, everything went to shit. That's crazy.
But
Oh,
okay, you're a rapper though. Are you
that's
rapping?
that's that's on the down low. Okay, that's you have to get to know me, and then I reveal that, you know. Because on the surface
Uh-oh.
level, there's levels to this, Susie. Okay, so it's like an iceberg, right? On the top, you have me with the podcast as a banana, but then as you get to know me, you know that I do a little bit of rapping and then a little bit of art. But yes, I'm trying to make music because I think creative expression is just it's my thing. You know, I'm an artist. I'm a creative, and I don't like
So
math.
who does? I mean, people do, but creatives normally don't. So who's your favorite rapper?
That see, you just asked me a loaded question. There's so many answers. There's so many ways I could go about this, right? Okay, you
Okay.
because that's like asking me what's your favorite food. that alone is also such a difficult question to answer because it's like some days I have different moods, right? You're not gonna crave salad, you're not gonna crave sushi, you're not gonna crave pizza every day. You're gonna get sick and tired of it eventually. But I guess my
No, but
favorite
not with your
rapper.
favorite rapper. Okay, and there's only one right answer, so
Hmm.
you better get it right. Okay, hit
I
it.
don't. There's so there's so many answers though. Every rapper has their own style, and okay, I'm gonna guess what you want me to say, and I'm just gonna say Eminem.
What? Oh, stop. No. No, I have a thing with white rappers, and I was gonna ask you about Jack Harlow, who is like the most annoying these
Hmm.
days. But that was the wrong answer. Let me give you another try.
Okay, okay. Now I'm really intrigued. Hmm. Can you give me a hint?
He's dead.
You're gonna have to be more specific than that.
He was from Brooklyn.
Hmm.
Okay,
I
too much
no
together.
idea.
Biggie Smalls.
Oh. Oh my god.
Oh, see, you're
Oh.
banned from the rap game.
Yeah, I'm so. You see, okay, in my defense, right? I'm young, so I don't know shit. That's my excuse. Like,
Okay. Okay.
but I
So
mean
what do
that's
you think
cool.
about Jack Harlow?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Jack Harlow. I feel like he doesn't. He's not on the level of Biggie. Like, like if you listen to any of Biggie's songs, like I know a few Biggie songs. I'm not completely outcasted. I mean, but I do. I only know "Hypnotize." I'm gonna be real. Um, I don't think any of Jack Harlow's songs really measure up to "Hypnotize" because Jack's songs are like they're poppy. They're not
They're
really.
singing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're singy. They're not. They're not deep or any of. They don't punch. If that makes sense. It just like it's cool, but it doesn't go deeper than that. I feel like.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yep.
like Biggie, your favorite rapper though? Like for real?
Yeah. He should be everyone's.
Yeah.
And it
Why?
really should just be either Biggie or Tupac. Just because he could flow. Like, he had the best lyrics, he had the best everything. He was just the best.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then he died.
Yeah. That's a pattern that really like it just makes my heart break. Cause I feel like when you see someone have so much potential and then they just die. Like with
I
like from
know.
causes that aren't natural. Like someone actually like took them away, like shot them. And it's
Yeah.
like what the fuck? Excuse my language, my French, you know.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. So that's why we need you
Yeah, I'm
to
here
keep it
to
going.
make people laugh and I don't know, distract them, I guess. Let's talk about cooking. All right.
From rapping to cooking.
It's
Okay.
onto a less depressing topic, all right? So, do you like cooking? Like what do you cook?
No, I don't like cooking at all. I have the number one cookbook podcast. My podcast created the cookbook niche in the food category, and I hate to cook.
Wait, like seriously, you're not joshing
It's,
me?
it's, no, I'm not joshing you. I'm not joshing.
Okay.
I
I
hate to cook. So here's the story. I used to be on radio and I used to be a cookbook publicist. And I noticed in 2014 that there weren't any podcasts devoted to cookbooks. So I was like, Man, and people love cookbooks. Like, I love reading cookbooks. I'll read a cookbook all day long. But if I have to get in the kitchen, I mean, it's nice, but it's not fun for me. And then baking is a whole other thing. So that's why I launched this podcast. And so many people say, "When's your cookbook coming out?" And I'm like, "What? I'm never putting out a cookbook."
But there's so many questions circling around my head right now. So let me
But I
just.
do make something out of each cookbook for every interview, and we talk about it.
Oh, really? That's cool. But
Yeah.
how do you like? How long have you been doing that cookbook podcast?
Since 2015.
But you don't like cooking, so it's like it's hard for me because I feel like if you're not passionate about what you're doing, how the heck are you keeping up with doing it for so long? Because for if
Because I
I would,
love,
I would just be dead inside.
yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Um, but I love talking to people and I love talking to people about food. And also, we get to the story behind the cookbook, which to me is really, really interesting. It's really fascinating to me. I'm a tad bit like Terry Gross
Uh huh.
on NPR
Okay. I have no idea who
or
that
Martha
is, but I'll
Stewart.
take your word for it.
I know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna front to you and be like, yeah, I totally know who
No
Terry
fronting.
Gross is. You know, no liar. I'm not. I'm honest. I'm honest, Jordan.
That's good. You're an
Um,
honest banana.
yeah. Okay. So you love talking about food. You love food. I'm gonna assume we all love food. I mean, come on, we're human, right? So, what is your favorite food?
I would say lobster. What's your favorite food?
Lobster is good. I fluctuate depending on the day, but I will say no. Probably steak. I love me some steak.
How do you like it done? And there's only one there's only
There's
one
some
right answer with how you like your steak done.
medium rare.
No pressure. Yeah, that's yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Am I right? Like, jeez. Yeah. Okay, there's some people who like their steak rare, and I think those people are animals.
Well, you know what? I always order it rare at a restaurant because they'll never bring it out rare.
Uh huh.
If you order medium rare, it's going to be almost well done.
I
That's it.
yeah. I I feel like right. Those cooks, they just need to hire better cooks, and not shitty ones. But okay, what is medium rare to you when it's like pink, but not like rare pink? You know, like it's like lighter.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We're on the same
And it's
page.
easy to cut through. You can cut through it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
No blood. There's
I
no blood. And it's not talking to you.
right. There's no blood on your hands. You're just eating the steak after it's cooked. Right.
Yeah. And the animal's dead.
So that leads me to my next question. Would you hunt a cow?
See, no. That's why I'm an asshole. Because no, I wouldn't.
But how does that make you an
I'm
asshole?
very conflicted because I'm conflicted. Because I wouldn't hunt a cow. And I think that if you eat meat, you should be willing to hunt a cow. And I want to bring a cow home as a pet.
I mean, I relate because I want like a whole farm, right? I would love to take
Me
care of
too.
these
Critters.
animals. Yeah. 'Cause, I mean,
I like the ones that break out of the slaughterhouse. Those are the best.
yeah, the real those are like the fittest, the ones who survive, right? Exactly. You want
Yeah.
those on your farm.
Those on your farm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I okay. Okay. Um Coincidentally, this also leads to another question. If you're an animal, what would you be? Like, if you were reincarnated as an
Um,
animal, what would you
yeah.
be?
Okay, I have two. One would be a barracuda,
Mm.
right? Has anyone said that?
No, I like that.
Okay, I love the water. They have razor sharp teeth. They're fast. They hold their ground. They're just brave. And I like the song Barracuda by heart. You don't know that song, do you?
No, no, I don't.
It's a banger. You need to look it up.
Okay. I promise. I'm gonna listen to it after this. All right. I'll be like, oh, so this is what she was talking about. This is a banger. Okay. Yeah.
But another animal I would want to be, and you live in Florida, right?
Right.
So I felt last year we went to this beach house that we go to. I fell in love with a marsh rabbit. Have you ever seen one of those?
No, what is that?
They're like cottontails, and then they live in the water. They can swim. They're so cute. So I
Okay.
might want to be that because I like the water. And they're found in southern Florida. I don't know where you are.
Yeah, I'm in like the western part, the southwestern part. So, the part where no one actually knows about. It's Sarasota. When you think of Florida, you probably think of Orlando or Tampa or any of those places.
But so many of our grandmothers moved to Sarasota.
Yeah.
Do you see a lot of grandmas there?
Oh, I see a
That's
lot of
the
old
home of the
people.
grandma. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Do you
that's
like
pretty
it?
much. Yeah. Well, no, actually, I misspoke. Because I'm a young person, right? So when you have a bunch of old people around, it feels like you don't belong, and if you see a young person or anyone under the age of 40, it's like winning the lottery, honestly. It's like jackpot, you know? It's like, whoa, there's
Do
more
you
of
hug
my
them?
kind.
You
What'd you
go up
say?
and hug them?
Oh,
Do you hug them?
I mean,
Come
they
here,
look like,
hug it out.
yeah, everyone needs a hug, right? But you could probably get charged though. I wouldn't do that though. I wouldn't like come
Yeah.
up and hug someone. I don't want to get charged for anything. but
So are
but
you gonna stay there or are you gonna move? You should move to Brooklyn where Biggie Smalls came from.
what's in
You
Brooklyn?
can, you can write your rhymes and yeah,
So I could be the next Biggie.
yeah.
I'll think about it.
Biggie but banana. Yeah.
I do want to move out of Florida because I feel like the place I live in is just so boring, and I kind of want to see the world and probably move to another state. Because the thing is, right? There's 50 states. That alone
But
is crazy.
yeah.
Okay, and I've been living in one state my entire life, and that just blows my
See,
mind.
that's why I grew up in Kansas. And I was like, I have to get out of here or I'm going to end up and I'm going to be 30 with some kind of meth problem and 5 different kids from 6 different guys.
You were in Kansas?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding about that. But like, it's literally some places, if you don't ever get out, you never get out.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like say you're born in a dumpster, right? So you're like a dumpster baby. Y- If all you know is the dumpster, you're gonna stay in the dumpster forever.
But isn't there a TV in the dumpster? Because when I was growing up, we had a TV and I watched Saturday Night Live and I saw how much fun everyone was having on the intro to Saturday Night Live. And I was laying there in Prairie Village, Kansas on my living room floor watching this. So I think they have a TV in the dumpster, maybe.
hmm But see, over time things change, right? So, do you still watch SNL?
Yeah. And
Do
I'm
you
like,
think
I
it's
know
as good
exactly
as
where.
before?
Oh, no. What do you
Mm.
think?
No, I wouldn't
It's,
say. Nah, not really.
it's not that funny. Yeah.
What? Okay, what makes you laugh? Like, or better question, what makes you angry?
Oh, those are the completely opposite. Let me start with what makes me laugh. I love a good trip and fall.
Uh-huh.
Like if someone trips and falls, that is the most hilarious thing to me. Don't you like a good trip and fall?
Yeah. Yeah, it has to be, like, just completely
Funny, not
unexpected.
yeah, and not really someone hurt. Like
Right.
I will never laugh with another human being that's hurt. But
Right.
if it's like someone is being funny, it's the best.
Right. Right. But so it has to be, like, on purpose or, like, they're not hurt,
No,
but
they're not
it
hurt.
it looked like they got hurt?
No,
'Cause
I
that's how
mean,
I laugh. Like, okay, if you pretend you're falling, right? That's not funny. You're
yeah,
being weird, you know?
that's a
But
good point.
it has to be like, I don't know, you gotta look really weird while you're falling, I think. I think that also depends, you know? Like,
Like
c
I saw this girl last winter and she it was in the middle of winter and the snow and she was walking across the crosswalk and she tried to jump over this puddle and she jumped and her head and her head and her head hit the bottom of this sign. She
oh,
was just sorry.
that's funny.
She
That's
wasn't
funny.
hurt.
Okay.
She wasn't hurt, but it was hilarious. Oh my god,
No
I'm crying.
no, yeah, yeah, stuff like that, that's funny. I understand. You don't need to defend yourself. I completely
Or
understand.
if someone trips and they turn around, like there's something back there that made them trip. That's funny too. That's good comedy.
Mhm. You see, I'm an asshole, so, like, if I see someone, being an asshole, like not like well, there's a difference, right? It's not, like, hurting their feelings to another person, but if they, like, play a prank or something, or, so hard to explain, right? It's like you just
See, I
have to
don't like
be,
pranks.
like, best friends with someone to understand, that it's like you have this relationship. It's so, like, specific, or it's like a brother sibling rivalry kinda thing, where you're like back to the tripping thing, right? If if you trip them, but they're not hurt in the end, it's funny, okay?
Yeah,
It's
that could be funny.
yeah. You get me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I hate pranks.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
What makes you angry?
I think liars.
Oh, yeah. I relate.
I hate people that lie because most of the time it wasn't even worth lying about. It was like, why did you like that makes me mad when you lied about something that wasn't even worth lying about. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah, it's
What
like,
about you?
or also between the lines of when someone says they're gonna do something, but then they don't.
Yes,
And
I
I
hate
hate
that.
that. Within every ounce of my being, I hate
Me
that.
too.
I
You could have
think
just said,
you could have just said something, right? You could have told
yes.
me. If you really cared. I thought you were my friend. Or even if you're not my friend, it's like, damn, you really like that, huh? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Hate that. Hate that.
I hate people. People I just hate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, people are just kind of gross, to be honest.
I hate
You know what I also hate? Glasses. When they keep falling off your face, and I just have to constantly readjust them.
No, but you need to go where you got the glasses and have them hook it back. They have this heater thing and they can hook it back over the back of your ear.
Wait, what?
So it doesn't they heat it up. I go to Warby Parker
Uh-huh.
and I have like a tiny head with and I think I have a tiny brain inside my tiny head. And so they hook it over the back of your ear.
That's
They
awesome.
like
What the hell?
I don't even know how to say it. But just go ask them to adjust them
Okay. Okay, I
because
will.
it's not hooked properly behind your ear. It's too long.
You might be right now that I think about it. Huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
welcome. Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you. Okay. That also leads me to another question. Totally unrelated, but you podcasted or started in 2005. That is a
Yeah.
long time ago. I was 5 back then. That's crazy. So, let me ask you
I
this.
was 10.
Wait, what?
I'm
No.
kidding. Go on.
Listen, okay. You see me in a banana costume. I'm incredibly stupid. Like you realize that, right? Okay. Let me start over.
Okay.
So, 2005, how has it changed from then to now?
Oh, everyone has a podcast now. When I started it, I was like, "Hey guys, I'm doing this thing called a podcast." And they'd say, "What is that?" And I finally got to the point where I was like, I'm not even gonna explain it to you anymore. Like it's kind of like radio. You get it in your iPod. Boom. Now everyone has a podcast. It's great. It blows my mind.
Yeah, yeah, they do. Even I have a podcast. Isn't that crazy?
I know.
Yeah.
The world has been waiting for this.
Yeah, I guess. That's cool. I mean, but when you first started out, how long did it take for you to really um decide I want to keep doing this? Or did you always have that from the start? Or were there like have there been any times where you just like doubted doing it, if that makes, you know?
Um, well, with my cookbook podcast, since I created it, there have been so many copycats, and that's been a bit of a thorn in my side.
Mhm.
Um, so I've kept with it, but it's been annoying. That kind of thing has been annoying along the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I hate when people copy you and your great idea, but luckily no one else is a banana, so I think I'm good for now. Um like can you describe what soul music to me is?
Well, I love R&B
Yeah.
from the late 60s to like the 90s.
Uh-huh. Is that what it is? Like
So,
R&B?
well, on my podcast, that's what I play. I mean, there's R&B that people put out now, but I like oldish soul music, not like doo-woppy stuff in the 60s.
Yeah.
So I like, like 70s to the 90s.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. I mean, yeah, for sure. I think the '90s was a good time, even though I wasn't born back then.
Hilarious.
Okay,
The 80s was good too.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
What advice do you have for me, like for life?
I just keep doing what you're doing. I think it's great. Everyone takes themselves so seriously, and you're really not. And I think that's the key to life is like be loose, let it flow. And also get out of Florida.
Yeah. No, thank you. Yeah, I will. I will make it my number one goal in life to get out of this hellhole right now. Yeah, I think just being loose and just being yourself is the number one like trait you can have that'll make you succeed in life or make you happy, Cuz I feel like
Yeah.
so many people act um based upon the approval of others, like their family, friends, whatever, and I'm just like yeah, that's cool, but are you really happy deep down? Do whatever you want. Um,
It's cool to make your own lane. That's what I've done with my 3 podcasts. I mean, people would say, "Wow, those," you said it's so very different. But if you know me, you know I love all 3 of those things.
mhm.
So yeah, make your own path.
Right, yeah, don't, I feel like if you just stick to what the majority of people are doing, you're pretty much, copying what everyone else is, you're not really doing your own flavor. Um, it's like what you said, everyone has a podcast, right? But what is
Yeah.
making everyone different from each other? I don't know. And you're saying, the cookbook podcast, even that, like, there's a lot of cookbook podcasts out there probably, but what makes them different? What makes each of them different? Is it just the host, or is it like the production, the quality, the sound, the audio? Like, like you just have to have something. You have to differentiate yourself to just be out there, be outspoken. Don't be afraid. Let that be a lesson to
Right.
all of you.
You do you.
Yeah, exactly. Be yourself. Like, don't just try everything. Try every single thing. See if it works.
But
See,
wait, no, not everything.
not everything.
Don't
Nah.
everything. No, but try what you have to know yourself. And I hate these people who are like, I don't know what I'm passionate about. Well, first you need to find what you're passionate about. And then what are you passionate about?
Are you asking me?
Rapping?
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, I guess podcasting. That's like,
There you go.
you know, like this is what I feel like I've invested the most time into, and what I feel like I could keep doing, like, genuinely. And also rapping, I guess. That's my second thing.
See, you could have a show where you could open with a song
Mhm.
in your banana suit and then have a show like this.
You're right. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I can make my own song, my intro, then play it at the
you could.
beginning, and then wow. You've just given
Yeah,
me a
and then
great
have
idea.
your guests introduce themselves.
Yeah. Hell yeah. No longer me having to do all the work. Yeah, let's go. Okay. Okay, I like where this is going. Thank you. And you see,
Yes.
that's why I love this podcast, right? If I never talked to you, right? I probably would have been doing the same damn thing every single week, But it's
Oh,
it's good to talk to different people with different perspectives and different ideas, because then you can leech off those ideas and then copy them and then put them into your show.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you do, I swear to God, if you do a cookbook podcast, I'm gonna come and kill you.
Don't worry. Okay. I don't cook. Like, I'll say it right now.
Okay.
I'm so lazy when it comes to cooking, but I when I do cook, I like it, as weird as that is, as sounds. Because when I'm in the moment when I'm cooking, right? It's like you're getting all the ingredients ready, you're doing the steps, right? You're like, "Hmm, I'm going to cut all my ingredients, my vegetables and all that shit, and then season the meat and whatever, put it all together." Then when it comes to cooking in the pan, you're like a god, right? You're like the god of cooking, and then you're just flipping that shit. Or it could even be pancakes, right? You're like flipping it, then you're like, when it's done, when it's like so brown and just looks crisp, you're gonna be
And
like,
burnt.
wow. No, not burnt, but
I did
sometimes
that.
you will burn it, and then you'll be like, okay, well, this was messed up. This isn't what I meant to do. But when it's not burnt, when it looks like a Denny's pancake or something, you're gonna be like, wow, I did this. I'm proud of myself. You know, that's how I feel about cooking.
Well, well, good for you, because I don't.
It's just so ironic. Like, that's like saying, that's like me. If I didn't
That's
like
the hook.
rapping, but then I started rapping.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I cried over the pandemic lockdown because I had to make something else. And oh my God, everyone was making bread in the middle of the pandemic. And I was just like, I'm not making any goddamn bread.
You don't like bread?
I love bread. Mind you, I love to eat,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Cooking.
So I think what it is, okay, here's my hypothesis, right? So
Okay.
basically, right? You like to eat. You like the end product, but you don't like getting to the destination
Yes.
when it comes to
And
cooking.
also, I think it's because I live in New York City. We live in kind of a small, I mean, this is my living room, but I have a smallish kitchen. Um, and I don't have much room, so it's not that fun.
Yeah, yeah. No, I totally get it. If you have like a small apartment, like there's no room and stuff. Um, and you also have like food on the street, right? Like you can just get easy access or something to food.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
And we have a
it's like why
bodega.
cook?
Yeah. But I have a kid, so I have to be a good mom and cook.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's also why I started the podcast too, because I make something different all the time out of these cookbooks that are on my podcast,
Mhm.
for my kid and my husband.
So you like you research the recipe? Is that like or how do you
No.
do it?
Um, so I get all these cookbooks from the publishers that come in the mail, like current cookbooks where they're getting ready to be released. And so I really curate it and I go through because I don't want to have like two Italian cookbooks on back to back.
Mhm.
So I figure out what cookbook I want to have on, what author I want to talk to, and then I make a couple recipes out of the cookbook, and then I read the cookbook and research the author.
Oh, okay. Has there ever been a time where you're like this you expected a recipe, right? Or you expected a cookbook to be so like the bomb, right? So delicious. But then you actually try it and then it tastes like ass. And then you're like, "Well, that was a disappointment."
Yes. I can't say. I can't say any names, but yes, but all the time. Not all the time, often.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these cookbook authors have like ha- uh, recipe people that give them recipes. So it's not really their cookbook. And oftentimes they're like, oh, wait, hold on. Let me turn to that. I can't remember that. I'm like, what?
Mhm.
It's your book.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, is do you think it's um like like they don't know what they're talking about or they're like or they're just like or they're
No.
ignorant to their own recipe or something?
Well, here's the thing is a lot of people who are getting cookbook deals today have huge Instagram followings.
Oh.
So then they're like, "Oh my god, now I got to like make a book." And they're kind of two different things. So, yeah, I find with the Instagram cookbook authors, which I don't really have on, excuse me, they're not as much into cooking as like the chefs. Like I had Nigella on. Do you know who she is?
No.
Okay.
Is she an Instagram cook?
Nigella, no, she's like a big international deal. She had a television
Oh,
show. She's
awesome.
had many cookbooks. She's kind of like the England's Ina Garten, if you know who she is.
I'll look her up, don't worry.
I hope you're taking notes.
Yeah.
But she's the real deal.
Okay. Okay, so she's
And
like legit like um how do I equate this? She's not the Jack Harlow, but she's like the Tupac or like
the biggie. She's
yeah.
the biggie of the cookbook world.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
So like she's legit. Like her stuff is good, right?
Yes. Her recipes are amazing. I just interviewed a girl named Allie Slagle, and she writes for the New York Times. She's a recipe tester, and she used to work at Food 52.
Hmm.
And her recipes are like 8 ingredients or less, and everything works so well together, and it's so easy. I haven't gotten mad cooking anything she's had in her cookbook.
So, like, but how easy is it? Because when they're like, when people say easy recipes, and then you look,
Yeah.
sometimes when you look at a recipe, there's like a bajillion steps, and you're like, how the fuck
Okay.
is this easy?
So last night I made her, she has this thing called forager's pasta. So you throw in a bunch of mushrooms in butter and olive oil. You throw in sage and thyme, or really any herbs you want. You boil some pasta. You pull out the pasta, and then you put this gorgeous, like buttery, mushroomy thing over the pasta, and you put some parm on it, and bing, bang, boom.
That sounds good. Like,
It's
dang.
it's one of those where you're like, wow, I would have ordered this at a restaurant. It's really
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I Okay. Who is your favorite like author or cook that you've like tried a recipe from?
Well, I'd say right now, Allie Slagle. You can look her up on New York Times. She has a book called "I Dream of Dinner."
Hmm.
But I love Ina Garten. Um, I love Allison Roman. She has the most amazing YouTube recipes. She's great too. And
Okay.
she keeps going back to the same ingredients. Like she always uses lemon and she always uses olive oil. And so you don't have to go out and search for something crazy.
Right, right. It's like off the shelf. It's like easy to access. Like you already have in
Yes.
your home. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cool. Cause I'm really really lazy when it comes to cooking, but I do love me some food. So when I do try and like
What do you make?
follow a recipe, it's worth it
What do you
occasionally.
make?
Well, well, I can cook a mean cup of noodles, like like I can boil some rice. Okay, I got a rice
Okay.
cooker.
That's not cooking.
But okay, okay, yeah.
Okay, here's what you can do with your noodles. With the package of noodles, you
Hmm.
get a rotisserie chicken at the store. Get the package of noodles. Heat up the rotisserie chicken. Get some chicken stock. Um, then put the noodles in the hot chicken stock and shred the chicken, and then put some soy sauce in there, and bang bang boom. It's almost ramen.
Bing bang boom. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Chef Suzy out here. I'm gonna. You know, I can imagine how that tastes, and I think it would taste good. So, but
Yeah, it's solid.
do you prefer a brand of rotisserie chicken?
Just whatever's at your store. Those chickens that they make at the grocery store are really good.
Yeah,
What do
yeah,
you have, a Publix? What's your
yeah. We have
store?
Publixes. You don't like Publix, or do you like them?
No, it's great.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
I used
Good.
to work at a Winn Dixie. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, that's southern.
Yeah, it sucks. And I used to work
No,
there.
I said, what did you do?
No, but like, yeah, our chicken was cool. I guess it was all right, but eh, I it's one
What
of
did you
those
do at Winn
things.
Dixie?
I was working in the deli, right? It was by far probably one of the worst jobs I've ever had, but not because the job was boring, right? It was just like,
You have to wait on people. Like, how much ham do you want, lady?
yeah, you have to actually wait on people who don't even know what they want like half the time. So then you just gotta be like,
Yeah.
is this what you want? Or is this what you want? Do you want this ham or this ham? But at least I know like my deli means now, so that's cool. I made fried chicken. I made rotisserie chicken. Rotisserie chicken. That is such a long process, right? So the process to make rotisserie chicken, you actually have to go in the cooler, right? The cooler, then you have to put them on these like sticks, then you have to put them in the oven, and you have to grease the thing. You have to spray it down,
Yep.
and you just have to wait like an hour and 30 minutes. And then when it's done cooking, you have to take it out, and then you have to put them in like these containers, and you just set
Plastic
them out.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That was what is the word? That is very.
Arduous.
What does arduous mean? It's like
It's like time consuming and
exactly.
lots of steps.
Yeah, yeah. And you do it like every day, pretty much. So I was
Yeah,
just
well,
like,
that's why you get your rotisserie chicken at the damn Winn-Dixie because you're doing all the work for us. Like, who wants to do a chicken at home when you're doing all the arduous work at Winn-Dixie?
yeah.
That's what I say.
But then again, why go to Winn-Dixie when you have Publix?
Right. When I was growing up in Prairie Village, Kansas, we had a grocery store name called Balls.
Balls. Okay, sorry. All right, go on.
My mom would be like, I'm going to Balls, I'll be back. I'm like, hey, mom.
All right, see you later. Um, okay. You hate baking.
I do.
Why? Well,
So
yeah,
here's
I,
the
I see
thing.
it.
Baking is like science. If you like science, you're going to love to bake because it's an exact type of thing with baking. You can't say, I'm just going to use a little less flour because you'll screw the whole thing up. Like when I cook, I want to use like a little more salt or a little more whatever. But with baking, God, like you're in shackles when you bake because you have to stay right with it. And also, it's messy. Like
Uh-huh.
flour gets everywhere. It's so hard to clean up. So I do hate baking.
But wouldn't baking compared to food, isn't food making cooking also just like science?
Not really, because you can really riff when you're making, let's say,
Yeah,
a chicken. Let's say you're trying to do your own rotisserie thing at home. You can't go to Winn-Dixie. Um, You can riff. You can shove garlic in it or not. You can shove an onion in it or not. You know, there's so many different variations, but that you can do, and you can just make your mind up at that moment. With baking, you can't.
true.
You gotta have to stick with the recipe.
I see what you mean, cause yeah, with cooking, as long as it's not burnt, you're Gucci, you're good to go. Like,
Are
and baking, it's like, uh, like there's the scientific method. You actually have to use the recipe, and
yes,
yeah, so I
and
completely understand.
you can't leave out like the baking soda because that in the science that does something, and you can't
Yeah,
leave it out.
something something blah blah, probably like does something to the bread or something. What do you bake though?
Um, Banana bread.
Good choice.
I swear to God. I swear to God. I love baking banana bread with walnuts. It's easy. I have it down. No stress. Bing, bang,
Mm-hmm.
boom.
I Yeah,
Sorry, is that
that's good.
offensive to you?
No, it's not offensive. It's like it's a
Well, I
good
mean, you're a
choice.
banana.
I Good choice. I endorse it. I don't really bake, to be honest. Then again, I don't really cook. I so here's what I do. Okay, I cook when my life depends on it. Right. All right. If I'm stuck on a deserted island, right? You better know. You better damn well believe I'm gonna hunt something. Okay. I I will hunt something, but if I don't have
Like a
anything to
what?
hunt, like if I see a rabbit, right? Or okay, here's the hierarchy, right? There's a hierarchy in the animal kingdom. All right. When it compares, if I see a cow or a rabbit, I'm gonna get a cow. I'm gonna go for the cow first, okay? Because it's slower than the rabbit, and there's more meat, right? And it's like, moo, what are you gonna do? You can't move your ass faster than me because I'm gonna actually jump on you, right? I'm gonna get him. And plus, I love me some steak. But
Okay, you've really thought about this.
I've thought about this, okay? Like just now, this scenario, this hypothetical. Because, okay, Suzy, right? L- listen, right? A rabbit is gonna outrun me or hop like out of the freaking jungle. If once I go
Yeah.
straight into the jungle, I'm not gonna be able to find it because it's so fast. Ever heard of the tortoise and the hare? The hare, like, you'd be zooming, scrambling. But I could go for some seafood as well, to be honest. As long as I can cook something, I will find a way. I will make a fire, and then I will cook it over that fire.
Yeah.
And make some stew, maybe. You know, like this is all hypothetical, right? If I was on a deserted island, left, if I was a criminal, I'm pretty sure this is how Australia started. Like, I would just, I would just be tribal Jordan.
Be a savage. Yeah.
Exactly, savage mode, savage
Yeah.
mode. But if I see a banana, I'm gonna eat the banana. You know, any fruits, I'll be
Yes.
like, okay, cool. I don't have to hunt.
100.
Maybe take a lazy day. You know. But yeah, what about you?
What's the question?
It's okay, I forgot to. It was like, what was the question? So I was like,
I'd bring a jar of peanut butter.
oh, that's a good question. What would you bring to a deserted island? Like 5 items.
5?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Peanut butter, toothbrush. That's a tough. My glasses,
Good choice.
some kind of a fishing rod.
Yeah.
What am I up to? 3?
You're 4. Yeah,
A
one more.
blanket and a blanket.
That's a good choice. Good choice.
I'm gonna be tired.
Me personally, I would bring like a boat.
A boat.
Yeah, I'll bring like a boat and maybe like
I know that's a hard question.
yeah, I would no, you were onto something with a fishing rod. A fishing rod, a knife, um
Yeah,
I'll just leave it to 3. I can't think of any right now.
I know, right?
But do you have any questions for me?
So, I saw one of your guests recently, and he said, I wrote it down. He said, I like to play the game with the Asian community, trying to guess your ethnicity. And I was offended by that question. Were you offended?
Who said that? I
I can't remember who it was, but I was like, wow, yeah.
No, no, but here's the reason why I wasn't offended. So, what he said something about I like to play the game about guessing the Asian ethnicity or something. Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said he likes to play it. Okay, his quote was, I like to play that game with the Asian community.
God, I love this. I love this so much. Anyway, so I don't really know what that means, but I'm not really offended because it could go either way. It could be he likes to guess the Asian community or something. But then
He likes
again,
to guess certain people's ethnicity, like where.
oh, Or maybe did I say that? I feel like I said that.
No, he said that.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really offended because everyone I have on this podcast is a degenerate as much as myself. So it's it's like a friend thing, you know, when you're like really like you're like this, right? You're like cross, right? You're deep entrenched in a bond. It's like if you had a sister, right? And you're like close like that. Only you can say that to that person, and you wouldn't be offended like that.
Only okay.
Yeah. But I
All right.
understand to the outside person, it could be a little weird. And that is
Yeah.
really funny. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay. All right. All right.
I was offended for you.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Kumbaya.
Kumbaya. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kumbaya.
That was my question.
What is decorating books? Like, do you actually just decorate like books? Like, I don't know.
Look, um, you know, there are a bunch of coffee table books about decorating. Like I had one on about Charleston, how people in Charleston, the homes in Charleston, the decorating in Charleston. I had someone on talking about this interior designer named Bunny Mellon. She was very well known. So it's a thing.
But what exactly is it? Is it like decorating a house or is the
Yeah.
book about? Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
So I have on the latest decorating coffee table books, which is a category of books about interior design.
Mhm. So, I can see your house, like the place you live in is very decorated. I can see that. I like it, by the way. And
Thank you.
so like what do you talk about on the podcast? Just
So
like
so it's it's the companion podcast to my cookbook podcast. So most of the people who like to cook are into decorating. So I asked them, my season finale was with a book called At Home with Designers and Tastemakers. And these two gals have a Zoom, not a Zoom, a YouTube channel. And they go into decorators' homes and they just go on a tour. And it's really laid back and quirky, and then they put a lot of these homes into a coffee table book. So I asked them about the different people that they highlighted in the book. So it's really cool. It's really fun. I love it.
no, yeah, I think that's really cool. Yeah, I think decorating it's kind of therapeutic and serves the mind people like cuz no one wants to be in an empty room or an empty house where it's all white. You know, that's kind of like psychotic and
Some
it's like
people, no, it's very Kim Kardashian though.
it's like solitary confinement. You're like, really, you have nothing in your room. You don't even have.
Some people love it.
Some people do, and then those people
Kanye.
are different. They're just different, you know. Um, no, it's like when you don't listen to anything in the car. That's what I equate it to, right? You're just solely focused on driving, and I used to do that, right? Cause, or do you do that? Like, how do you drive?
No, I have to listen to either classic rock. Heart Barracuda is a good song to listen to in the car,
Mm-hmm.
um, or old soul music.
Right. So, but you haven't listened to your own thoughts. You haven't used your mind as the radio station.
No, I mean I mean, you listen to your own thoughts in the shower, right?
Yeah. Well, you're technically hearing the water droplets, the pellets of water, you know? So that also I think is just so noisy, but you like, how do I describe this? Right? You focus on your own thoughts, right? But you know the sound of water is in the background. I think, but with driving, right? It's like, yeah, you can hear the outside of your car, the other cars honking, whatever. But if you were just truly to like not listen to any music and just be left alone with your thoughts, I think that scares people.
I do too. I love to be with my thoughts while I'm doing laps in the pool.
What? Yeah, yeah, I can see it. Cause like when you go underwater, right? Underwater is, I think, is way different than being above water. Cause underwater, the sound is you don't really,
Muffled.
yeah, muffled, exactly, right? So you have more of a chance to listen to your own thoughts. Yeah, I used to swim. I know what I'm talking
You're in
about.
Florida.
Yeah. But okay, would you believe that some people don't know how to swim and they live in Florida?
Yeah, that's really dangerous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you not know how to swim? You're literally surrounded by beaches, and we're a peninsula. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wacky.
But I think people
It's
should swim.
bananas.
It's bananas. It all comes full circle to bananas.
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay. Before we go, what is your favorite fruit?
I would say peach.
Peaches are good. Would you
When
believe
they're
me?
good, yeah,
Would you believe me if I said mangoes were my favorite?
probably because you're in Florida and you probably get some good mangoes there. Why? Why? Should I not be believing you?
No, it's just it's just mind game. Sorry. No, I love mangoes though. Mangoes are super awesome. They're the best fruit. I don't care what anyone says. Mangoes are delicious.
Do you like mango ice cream?
It's okay. But I love pistachio ice cream.
That's so random. Hey, have you ever tried pistachio milk? It's going to be the newest thing coming out.
No, that sounds weird.
Like almond milk. Oh, really?
I mean, okay, so
I want to
no,
try it.
yeah. But I would try it. Like, it sounds like one of those things that sounds kind of weird, but then when you try it, it's like the best thing on the planet.
Yeah, because I love pistachios.
I love pistachios, okay? So don't be afraid to just voice your opinion. We like to
You
have
know
fun
what?
here.
When I don't have walnuts for my banana bread, I put in pistachios.
That's awesome. I should do
Yeah,
that.
isn't it?
I should make bread.
Yeah. Just banana bread, no other bread, because it'll drive you crazy.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
Suzy, it has been an absolute pleasure speaking with you.
This
I've learned so
has been a
much.
blast.
I've learned so much about decorating, um, cooking, and your hatred of baking, and what else?
What? Yeah, let's
Podcasting.
recap.
Yeah, let's recap the entire thing. What did we talk about?
Well, first, no.
But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
this has been
it's been
fun.
it's been awesome. It's been dope. I hope you had fun. But even if you didn't, I did. That's all
I
that
had a
matters.
blast.
Do you have anything to shout out?
You can follow me at Cookery by the Book on Instagram, Decorating by the Book on Instagram, and The Groove Radio on Instagram. The Groove Radio.
The Groove Radio. Awesome. And thank you everyone for listening or who will listen. Or I don't care. Follow and rate on Spotify, YouTube. Links will be down below. We have Instagram as well. And it's me, your boy, Jordan. And we'll see everyone out. Adios, everyone.